Hi, it's Graham from Rancilio Coffee Roasters in Banbridge. In today's video we're going to look at adjusting a Rancilio on-demand grinder. I'm going to take you through our standard espresso recipe, which is 19 grams of coffee in, 40 grams of coffee out, and an extraction time of 20 to 22 seconds. We're going to look at using bench scales, adjusting the grind, making it coarser or finer, and finally adjusting the time element. Can I just emphasise how important it is to check your grind or extraction time on a daily basis. Our standard recipe setup is as follows. We always begin with 19 grams of ground coffee. We always select button 2 on the display panel, which gives us 40 grams of coffee out. And our extraction time, we're looking for 20 to 22 seconds. And a reminder, the time is from exactly when we hit button 2 until it stops. So to demonstrate our standard recipe, we place the double shot handle on the scale and use the tare button to zero the reading. Select a double shot on the grinder. Place the handle back on the scales to get a reading of the weight of the coffee. We are looking for 19 grams. Insert the handle, select button 2 and start our clock. We're trying to time from as soon as we hit button 2 until the shot finishes pouring. And we're looking again for 20 to 22 seconds. If the shot pours within this target range, it will optimise the flavour of the coffee. So now to look at how to adjust the Kryo on-demand grinder. We'll have to ensure our hopper is over half full of beans, and then we'll take you through all the recipe steps again based on 19 grams, adjusting the grinder, finer or coarser, and then finally looking at the timer display and adjusting it if required. First we'll look if our extraction time is too fast, i.e. the shot pours in much less than 20 seconds. So again we begin by placing the double shot handle on the scales, selecting a double shot in the grinder, reweighing the handle, and then we will top up or take out as necessary. To get to 19 grams, that is always our starting point. When we have achieved 19 grams of weight, we use the distribution tool as normal, insert the handle and select button 2. As you can see, the coffee is pouring far too quickly and has went through in 16 seconds. So our coffee will be under extracted. As we know, with 19 grams of coffee, our shot is pouring too quickly. It is the grind that now needs adjusted. To adjust the grind, remove the protective cover and always use the wee release locking pin before making the adjustment. Always take a note of the starting point before you make the adjustment. In this case, we're approximately 22. And we look to adjust maybe 2 nicks at a time, should be plenty. So we've went from 22 to 20 in this case. Release the lock mechanism and put the cover back in place. And note that we will always have to grind out 2 double shots of coffee and discard them before retesting to see if the adjustment is correct. We then have to repeat the process to make sure everything is fine now. The adjustment was satisfactory. So again, we weigh the handle, and in this case 18.7, we have not enough coffee. So we've topped up. Again, 19 is what we're looking, and you have to take out or add in to get this target figure. When we have achieved 19 grams of weight, we use the distribution tool as normal, insert the handle and select button 2. In this case, the adjustment we made was not enough, so we'll have to repeat the process and move maybe another 2 nicks finder, so from 20 round towards 18 in this case. Always take a note of the starting point before you make the adjustment, and we look to adjust maybe 2 nicks at a time. Release the lock mechanism and put the cover back in place. We then have to repeat the process again, grinding out 2 shots, tearing and reweighing the handle. It is good practice to note the weight automatically dispensed when we're weighing our shot, as this will help us in step 3 when we're looking at adjusting the timer. When we have achieved 19 grams of weight, we use the distribution tool as normal, insert the handle and select button 2. We'll see the pour is a bit finer this time, and we have now achieved our target figure of between 20 and 22. So now we'll look at how to make an adjustment when the extraction time is too slow, when the shot is taken well over 22 seconds to pour through. We start again by trying to get 19 grams of coffee in our double shot handle, and top up or lift out as necessary to hit this target. When we have achieved 19 grams of weight, we use the distribution tool as normal, you'll see in this case the shot is dripping through into the cup, and we have went well beyond the 22 second barrier. The coffee will therefore be over extracted and will not taste as good as it should. In this case we need to speed up the brew time, so we need to make the coffee grounds more coarse by rotating the dial round to the left. Again, we lift off the cover, press down the logging pin, taking a note of where we start before making the adjustment, in this case 13. I rotated the dial round towards about 15 and let the release mechanism click back into place. We have to grind out 2 shots again before retesting. It is good practice to note the weight automatically dispensed when we're weighing our shot, as this will help us in step 3 when we're looking at adjusting the timer. Again, 19 is what we're looking, and you have to take out or add in to get this target figure. When we have achieved 19 grams of weight, we use the distribution tool as normal, insert the handle and select button 2. The adjustment in this case has been successful, and we have now achieved an extraction time of between 20 and 22 seconds for best flavour. Now we have established the correct grind for our coffee, we'll look at adjusting the timer. We'll start by adjusting the time on the double shot, and you'll recall from previously our dose was 18.7 grams, which is a wee bit less than we need. To increase the weight given, we need to extend the grinding time. To program the button we wish to change, we hold in the double shot button, and after 3 seconds the display will start to flash and we are now in programming mode. In this case we've brought the dose for the double shot up from 7.3 to 7.5 seconds, which should bring it up to approximately 19 grams. So now the single shot button will be a minus and the double shot button will be a plus button, or to add more grind time or more weight to the dose. When we've adjusted the timer, to save the changes we need to hit the parallel line buttons or the confirmation button, which will exit the program. So again we'll test the weight of the handle after tearing and we will see now that the correction we've made has been accurate, and we are now given 19 grams. The result of the adjustment now gives us a perfect shot within the 20 to 22 second range. All is complete. When we know the grind is right for our double shot handle, we know it will work for the single shot handle. For that, we will start looking at about 10 grams of coffee. So it will usually be just over half the run time of the double shot. So if it was 7.5 seconds for a double shot, maybe something like 3.8 would be a good starting point when trying to work out the dose for a single shot handle. The run time for it should be about 18 to 20 seconds. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact the office for any further information. Thanks for watching.